What is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Palm City Chucks. Sad to say, but we only have 2 episodes left pertaining to this year's NFL season. It is hard to believe we are almost at the end. But with that, we get to talk about the granddaddy of them all, the pinnacle of all NFL football, the Super Bowl. We've got the Seahawks taking on the Patriots this Sunday in Levi Stadium, the home of the San Francisco 49ers, 6:30 Eastern for Chris, 5:30 Central for me, so a little bit earlier.
Must
But
be
it is
nice.
going to be exciting. I'm hearing so many different things, so many different predictions. I don't really know what to think, but I just want to kick it off right away. Who do you think's going to win this game? Let's go right there.
Yeah. I got the Seahawks. I mean, I think it's pretty clear they're the better team, and they've also played much more complete in this postseason. We mentioned it the last few episodes, but we haven't really been impressed with the Pats offense, and May hasn't looked too great. That alone, when you pair it up with this Seattle defense, I mean, it's night and day, these two teams, with what we've seen in the last few weeks. That's why I don't know about you, but a lot of what I've been hearing is a lot of people think a Seahawks blowout here. And I agree, on paper, it probably should play out that way, but I don't think it will. I think we'll have a close one here. And how cool would it be? I was thinking about this earlier because I saw a clip. Somebody actually asked Darnold, if there's 30 seconds left in the game and you're down on the 1 yard line, are you running a slant or are you running the ball? And it had me think, I'm like, how freaking awesome would it be if this game ends in that same situation and instead they run the ball and Kenneth Walker blasts through and scores a touchdown. So I'm adopting that. That's how this game's going to end, and it's going to give Seattle a 27-21 win. They don't even need the touchdown, but I want it to end this way so bad.
Well, in theory, I mean, I guess they could have kicked the field goal in that scenario.
Yeah.
So you're right. They could have just kicked the field
Yeah.
goal. But hey,
Yeah.
really drive it home. You know, if there's 30 seconds left,
I already
we've
had the
seen
score
Patty
prediction.
Mahomes with 13 seconds.
Yeah, right.
So,
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotta put the nail in the coffin where you can.
Amen.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also have the Seahawks in this one. I don't think it's going to be a total blowout. I do agree. I think a lot of people are thinking it's going to be like 35-14 or something like that. I certainly don't see that happening. It is the Super Bowl here, so there's bound to be mistakes for the first timers. Both Drake May and Sam Darnold have never been here before. Basically, the entire team that went to that Super Bowl is gone from both sides, so it's a bunch of new guys pretty much everywhere. I think this one ends 27-17. So we actually have very similar score predictions here. Same amount of points for the Seahawks. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. And of the same thought you just had too, I also could see some sloppage from both QBs in this one. As I mentioned, May hasn't really looked great. I think that's kind of expected with how he's looked going up against this juggernaut of a defense in Seattle, that he's going to make some mistakes. Darnold's been playing clean, but I feel like there's going to be an error too. And I think that's really what's going to keep the Pats in this game. Because honestly, I don't see Seattle's defense, unless being put in a bad spot, giving up 21 to this Pats team. The defense has just looked that good for Seattle.
Yeah, and I think that's why people think this is going to be a blowout on paper, right?
It totally should. When you look
all
at
three
it on
phases.
paper,
Yeah, you've got Seattle's offense is better than New England's offense. Seattle's defense is better than New England's defense. And Seattle's special teams, especially with Rashid Shaheed addition, is better than the Patriots' special teams. I'd say that's probably the closest of the three, to be honest, because Jones has also been really, I believe that's who still returns their kicks, punts, whatever. He's been pretty decent back there as well. But however, that's probably the closest of the units. And I'm taking Seahawks offense and defense by a mile. And that's not to say they don't have good players on both sides of the ball there. Drake May's an MVP candidate. Stephon Diggs has had a bit of a resurgence this year.
Yeah.
Ramondre's looked pretty decent. Got Christian Gonzalez on the Patriots side here, which actually, a question for you. How do you think they line up against this Seahawks offense? Do you think Christian Gonzalez mirrors JSN all night long, or he takes a side?
I think he takes a side. I really do, especially since JSN gets a lot of work out of the slot too. I just
Yep.
I don't see the value in moving him. People don't think about that enough too. Like they feel like it's just so easy for a corner to switch sides. Like it's the complete opposite everything. Like
Yeah, it
forcing
switches all
them
your
hedging
footwork.
to the outside, edging to the inside. Exactly. It switches everything you do. So I want my top guy comfortable. And you mentioned it too, Shahid's effect on special teams, but he's played a role in this offense as well. So I think if Gonzo's up against him on the outside, that's a win for the Pats anyway. Maybe you won't have to double team him when he sprints 60 yards downfield. But yeah, I don't see the value in shadowing him. But mostly because JSN does a lot of damage out of the slot. Like he just does, and they're gonna find a way to get him the ball. And on that note, are the Pats gonna find the way to get Diggs the ball? Because as you mentioned, he has reemerged as a top wideout for the team, especially, but in the league, we saw glimpses of prime Diggs this year, and I just wonder if he's going to get the ball enough against this really good defense and a struggling May throwing the ball and just an inconsistent May in getting the ball to Diggs. But I really think Diggs needs to make his mark on this game.
Yep. No, I totally agree. That's definitely one of their keys to success. I just agree with you. I don't think it happens. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Diggs scores a touchdown this game. I'm actually going to throw out just a prediction on Drake May's stat line here. We're going to go that deep. I think Drake May is going to throw for 180 and run for 45. I think that'll have 225 all-purpose yards. I think it'll be a improvement from what we've seen from him these
Right.
past few games.
Still
I
playing
think
it
this,
safe.
but not amazing. I think 180 with 45 rushing yards. I do think he'll throw two, and that might be because they're chasing a bit late in the game. While he might get the second one and up the passing yards, I think that's a possibility.
Hmm.
But I think one of them will go to Diggs, and we're just gonna go Booty for the second one. If I'm going all in, I'm going
Hell
Diggs
yeah.
and Booty and catching the two touchdowns. But I do think he's also gonna throw a pick. To your point earlier, I do think Drake May will make a mistake in the air, and I do think Seattle will get him once.
Yeah. While we're diving deep, what kind of completion percentage do you see from May?
I'll give him 60. I'll
Okay.
give him
Yeah.
60.
Yeah,
Like 18
I
to
could see
30.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could totally see this. Um, do you think they're gonna make a priority in the run game though? I feel like they definitely need to get that going to help May.
I think they're going to try
Yeah,
at
right.
the start. How well does that work? How long can they keep that up? That's really the question.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
And
do think
how long
that
can they avoid chasing points too is another
yes,
factor
very
here.
true.
Yeah.
Very true. I mean, if Seattle gets the ball first and goes up pretty easy 7-0, we could be in for a rough game from
Well,
the
it's going
Pats,
to
that's for
happen,
sure.
and the offense isn't even going to hit the field. It's going to be Shaheed. Start the game off right, baby. Dude, I
I
love
mean, it
Shaheed.
wouldn't
He's
surprise me
awesome.
with that guy. I know you really do talk up Shahid on the show here,
I
and I respect
do,
it. He is a
dude.
true
Because
speedster.
he's awesome, and I hate the Saints. I'm so glad he's gone. He's out of it, and it just worked out, man. Like it wasn't much of a risk in their trade, but kinda was. Gave up some decent capital, and then yeah, you get a baller, and he's certainly helped them get to the point they're at today, which is the pinnacle of them all.
Yeah. And to that running game, I think it's going to be basically all on Ramondre. I think sub 7 touches for Henderson in this game in total, unless we
That's
get
a
to true garbage time. I
that's a
think sub
nice
7
line.
touches. Yeah,
I don't
I know.
if I'm a betting man, I don't know which side I'm taking on that one. But yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna continue to see that. I mean, we went over that last episode too, how his touches started to increase in the regular season, but now come playoff time, different story. But I wonder if that has something to do with the weather too, because I think that could be a factor for May in this game. I mean, it's going to be
Yeah.
much nicer than the two home games for the Pats, and then you play at Denver in
Yep.
bad conditions again. So I think that might spark this offense a little bit, but man, so this Seattle defense is just no joke. So it's really tough to say.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Seattle's is playing with a bit of an advantage. This is a divisional rivals field. They have played here a many a times, just 2 times this year, 2 times last year, 2 times every year. So I think that also is going to help the Seahawks here. I think this really comes down to, and I'll ask you if you think this is something they can do, because this Patriots defense has honestly looked pretty decent so far in these playoffs, but I think they've got to stop Kenneth Walker. If they're able to force Sam Darnold to need to throw the ball 40, 45 times,
Hmm.
I think they've got a genuine chance here. But the way Kenneth Walker's been playing since he got the bell cow role here, I'm just not sure that I see it.
Yeah, yeah, and there's no risk of him losing the bell cow role either, with Charbonnet out for the year. Yeah, it's got to be their top priority. I agree with you there, and you got to look out for him in the passing game too. I mean, you just get this guy in open space; it can get scary for your defense in a hurry. So yeah, he's got to be top priority. I agree. Darnold, I'm still like the guy has done nothing but play excellent for 2 seasons now. He's had a few stinker games, and that's it. But I'm just still convinced that's the way to beat this team. You rattle him. Um, so yeah, I think that's going to be a point of emphasis for this Pats defense. Stop the run, make Darnold earn these points, make Darnold carry this Seattle team,
And the thing
and
is,
yeah,
this
we'll
year,
see.
I'm sold on Darnold. I really think that if it comes down to it, he still could do the carrying. He's looked pretty good.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
got no
agree. But
notes
I
really.
think that's the
Yeah,
weak spot still. Like that's if you're gonna
I
beat
don't I
this
don't
team,
disagree with that.
that's what you got to go after. And obviously, you
You can
need to
say that about
perform
most
against this
teams though.
defense too. I would
Like if
agree.
you're able to rattle the
Yeah.
quarterback, then you're looking pretty all right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Most important player on the field. So if they're rattled, it's gonna help your chances.
And I gotta say, I don't just think the Seahawks will win. I want the Seahawks to win so bad.
Oh, for sure.
Happy for Vrabel. I really like Vrabel. I hate that he coaches the Patriots, but they've had too much
Yeah.
success recently. They don't need another Super Bowl win here. And I would just love another big FU to the Minnesota Vikings with Sam Darnold winning this Super Bowl. I thought it was
There's the angle.
hilarious. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious that their GM got canned this past
Oh
week.
yeah.
And you cannot tell me that it didn't relate to the whole quarterback position.
Oh, of
Because we
course
also
it
saw
did.
Jetta's finally break for the first time a little bit, talking to the media, where he's like, yeah, if we had a quarterback who had a year with us under his belt, I think we're better. Really? Really?
Yeah. What a
Who would have
genius.
thought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were crucifying the Vikings from the start, not re-signing Darnold. I mean, 14-3, dude. And this Vikings team, other than the quarterback position, got better for this year.
They were really good. Yeah.
Really good. And their defense was already on the high end, but the additions they added, especially to D tackle, I mean, they brought in some pieces to get this shit done. And they went with 9.
Yeah, they sure did. Getting back to the Patriots and the Seahawks here, I think the one thing I will give to the Patriots is the coach. I think Mike McDonald has done a really good job since he's taken over the Seahawks, but I really like Vrabel, and he's got more time as a head coach on it. I've loved his entire body of work as a head coach, pretty much.
Yeah.
So if Vrabel is really able to outdo Mike McDonald here, I think that also gives the Patriots a bit of a boost. And I could totally see that happening. If it's more of a back and forth or neither really affects the game, all right. All right. But if Vrabel's able to pull something out of his ass that's pretty crazy and awesome, just totally outdoes Mr. McDonald, then I think that swings it towards the Pats a little bit here too, and it could be
Yeah.
maybe a little closer than even my 10-point prediction. Maybe we're looking at a 3-point game. I hope it's a close game, man. Nobody likes watching a blowout Super Bowl as a
No.
neutral, I'll say. You
Yeah.
might like watching it if it's
Yeah.
your team
Last year
that's
was
doing the
pretty
blowing
nice.
out. Yeah. Yeah, but the
But
other
yeah, you're
31
totally
teams,
right.
fan bases don't enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely want a game. We're prepared to not have one. We've been saying Rams Seahawks was a Super Bowl. And yeah, there's still a fear in the back of my mind that that will still be the Super Bowl and this one could be Pip. But yeah, I think the Pats will hang, and a lot of that is Vrabel. I mean, I'm high on him too. He's a phenomenal coach. And if we do end up in a close one possession game, I think that's where, the impact of a coach can take you over the edge. Maybe the Pats steal this thing, but they certainly should not come out on top.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to pull this out of your ass here, but I called Drake May's stat line. I'd like to hear what you think about Sam Darnold. Just spit me a final stat line for Sammy boy.
Sam Darnold, I'm thinking a little better. I think less on the rushing for sure.
I
um,
agree.
but probably 250. I'm thinking between his passing and rushing, probably, friggin' 15, 10 yards rushing. Um, and I think he gets, it's pretty similar. I really think so because I think he's going to make a mistake too. That's why I have my score prediction as close as it is. I think he's gonna help this Pats offense give him a short field. So I'm going to go one interception, and I'll go 2 touchdowns for him as well. And I think Kenneth Walker will get the third, and we'll have some field goals to get our 27 there. Um, but yeah, and I could see a fumble too. I mean, these guys,
Yeah,
you never know, man. You
little
never
sack
know.
fumble action.
Yeah, a little strip sack action. My boy Milton Williams, perhaps.
Can't believe you're saying that about a Patriot. That's disgusting behavior, my
He bleeds
boy.
green.
Ugh.
He bleeds green.
I don't know. I did pay him,
Hey, if we
so
didn't, that's the thing though. It's all about the intricate details with me, Chuckster. You know this. If we don't win a ring with Milton Williams, he doesn't get that. But you win a ring for my city, my team, you're my boy.
all right. That's fair. I can respect that. I do like your 2 touchdowns for Darnold, one for Walker. I would have said the same thing. And I'll ask you the same question here while we're getting deep. What's his completion percentage going to be?
I think that I actually disagree with your May. I think May will struggle there. Um, Not far from what you said at 60. He's probably rocking a 55, something like that. I think Darnold will be a little better. He'll be at 60 to 65, somewhere in there. Um, but yeah, and I
Okay.
think JSN, I mentioned it earlier, they're going to get him involved. I don't know I'll pull them out of my ass too. Let's say 8 on 12 targets for like 107, and he gets one
Okay.
of the tuds.
Okay. I can buy that. I like the 8 for 12. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
About 100, a little over. Yep, that's pretty consistent with him all year. It's right about what he's averaging per game. I can
Yeah.
buy that.
And in this in this hypothetical too, the Super Bowl MVP is contingent on if Darnold does fumble or not. If he just has the interception, I think it goes to him. If he has 2 turnovers, maybe JSN gets it. Or
I
maybe
would love
someone on this defense.
maybe it depends on what that interception
Yeah.
from May turns
Right,
into. If you get a
exactly.
little pick six action, then hey, think the door is open. I would
Oh yeah.
love to see a defensive player
I
MVP.
love
That
that.
would just
Yeah.
be awesome.
A
Not
takeover,
gonna
dude.
happen.
It's so
It's
nice.
not
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
Seattle's done it before. And
It's
um
true.
we've had like a few in our lifetime because Vaughn did it too,
Yeah.
and that might be it.
Yep. So there's
Wright
that.
and
I don't think it's
Vaughn,
gonna happen.
Von Miller. Yeah, probably not. And that's why I say the Darnold thing too. I mean, we just went over the predicted stats there. Not necessarily an MVP performance, but you get it if you only have that 1 turnover and you get the job done. Nobody else does anything too spectacular. It's your award to lose.
Yeah, for sure as the quarterback and you know what, rightfully so. As we
Yeah,
say all the time, most important position on the field. So if everybody's about the same in terms of how you think they played, then by default should probably go to the QB. I
yeah.
think it's going to be fun to live in a universe where Sam Darnold is the Super Bowl MVP and Super Bowl
Oh,
champion.
for sure. And on the flip side, I think we should explore that too. So I think we're both pretty happy that Seattle gets this done. Darnold with an MVP. We're super proud of him, happy for him. He was resilient. Many teams, a lot of hopping around, but got the job done and was a highly touted prospect. So it just took a few years, you could say. But how are you feeling if this goes the other way? What kind of thoughts
Um,
are going through that brain?
I'm not going to be pleased because it's the Patriots. I don't mind Drake May. I have no reason to hate him yet. So
Yeah, right.
I, I
Till
wouldn't
he
hold
gets
anything.
6 or 7 rings, then we'll start hating.
Yeah, so like there's going to be a little bit of fear definitely shining through that dynasty might begin again because we really don't need that. I'll be more disappointed in the fact that those fans get to celebrate another Super Bowl because they're just going to think they're freaking invincible, turn themselves around from 4 wins to go and win a Super Bowl the next
Yeah,
year would just be absolutely ridiculous. So it's more so about the team name and the fan base than any of the players. I used to not like a bunch of Patriots players, but the current crop, I really don't have a major problem with. Like, I was not a Tom guy. I was not a Julian Edelman guy. I didn't mind Wes Welker. I'll give Wes Welker his, I liked him, tough
oh yeah,
freaking dude.
yeah. He was
Uh,
dope.
but I did not like Edelman. While in the league, I wasn't a big Gronk fan. I definitely recognized the talent that he was, but I thought he was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, but afterwards, I loved the guy. I mean, come on. Um,
I
but
feel
I'm
the
not
same
gonna
way.
love it. I'm not gonna love it. Like I said, I wish that I could be annoyed because I didn't like some of the players. That was the nice thing about the
Yeah, if it
Eagles
was
winning
if
it.
it was
I
easier
hated the
to
whole
justify,
team
yeah,
and the fans and the location and everything. But now I'm not going to have a ton of justification, as you said.
right.
So it'll be tough.
Yeah, I
So I'll throw that
agree.
back to you. Yeah.
Yeah, just the fear of it is really like, oh no, here we go. Which I mean, we were on it. We didn't expect this much, but we knew the addition of Vrabel was going to turn this team around. We expected vast improvement. I don't think we expected this so soon. I thought this could surely happen in the next few years with a coach like that, with a young team like that. But it happened fast, and that adds to the fear too. Like they're already there, and it's such a young team with money too. I'm pretty sure. Like they're not
Yeah.
really paying all that many people, and you got May on a rookie deal, so odds are they got bands. Yeah, it's definitely scary. So let's hope we don't have to worry about it.
I agree. I just don't want to live in that world. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'm not ready for that. And it,
Yeah.
and it can flip too. Like they get this loss, and then say they struggle. Like they're making playoffs as wild card team for a few years. Like Bills claim the division again, and then 5 years from now they make another push. Like we could feel totally different about it. But with how soon this change to the team happened and getting Vrabel, and how soon they reached the top of the AFC, it's scary. It's definitely scary. But as we know, there's tons of juggernauts in the AFC. They're just kind of lying dormant. So I think as soon as next year, this will shake up.
I agree. I agree. I mean, the Bills got to wake up at some point. The Ravens are a real question mark with Harbaugh gone,
Yeah.
and who knows? Same with the
Same with the
Bengals. They
Bengals.
could be a
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
juice is always on the mind.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so we'll see. I agree. Give it 5 more years and I'm fine with it. But this soon, no thank you.
Yeah. Plus, we have the Raiders to worry about. It's crazy. I'm just
Them
throwing all
picking
the
up
callbacks
Mendoza,
in.
that's gonna
Yeah.
be just whew. You're not
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
able
gonna
to
put them over
resist
the
putting them
top.
atop of that AFC West. Yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't. It's not as insane if I do it this year compared to the year I did do it. Although I didn't have them at the top, but whatever. I was
Yeah, that's
I was very wrong regardless.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it should
Uh,
be a fun game. Um Away from football a bit. What are your thoughts on the halftime show?
Not a fan of the selection there. I mean, there's just so many better artists that you could choose. Like, we just don't need to do this whole song and dance that we're going to be doing. So that's my
Yeah.
opinion. I'll keep it short, simple. I don't love it.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you, which could very well be my own fault for being uh a little uncultured because I don't know the bangers, man. I know like one song, which was popular like 5 years ago. So I don't even know if he's gonna do it. I don't know what's on the docket there. But yeah, I mean it's just never as fun. Like I mean if you get a performer where you know all the hits, it can be a lot of fun. But yeah, this in this case I'm gonna be a virgin viewer. We'll call it that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't love Taylor Swift music. Maybe a hot take for some people. I don't love it, but I would rather have Taylor Swift at this halftime show than Bad Bunny because everybody's gonna know her songs. Like everybody's gonna know. So
Yeah,
like at least give us that.
that's true. Yeah, if you're gonna give us somebody we don't necessarily love their music, at least pick someone where it's battered into our brain anyway.
Yep, exactly. And I hope there's some good commercials this year. I do really look forward to the Super Bowl
Yeah, I like the
commercials.
commercials too. Yeah. There needs to be less talking at Super Bowls. I'm just gonna say that. There's it's one of the only times a year where I am not watching the game with just my family, or sometimes I am, and those are the best Super Bowl years. But when you get to a get together, it's just a different vibe. These people don't want to lock in. They're jabbering your ears off, and then even like you said, I have interest in these commercials too. So I'm just gonna put you on mute for a few hours, and we'll talk when it's
My
over.
body is physically gonna be there, but my mind is not going to be present with you all.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily for me, I've mastered the art of the tune out, so I'll be just fine.
Yeah, that's totally fair. All right, well, I think that wraps up this episode of Palm City Chucks here. Nice, short, and sweet Super Bowl preview for you all. Starting this weekend, we are going to be starting our all-time ranking series, kicking it off with quarterback. So tune in for that coming
Oh,
to you
so excited!
on Saturday. And then next week, we'll be hitting you with the Super Bowl recap. We'll see how wrong or right we were. And then we'll just kind of take it from there. As always, let us know in the comments what you want to be hearing about. We have ideas. We'll be putting out content, but if you've got something you want to listen to, let us know. And we'll be back with you this weekend.
Later, PCC.